Hey kids, Grandpa here. Just wanted to do some aerial photo for my family. My son is talking with his wife and trying to convince him to move up here to Alaska to join me maybe at some point. And I wanted to show him kind of what the property looks like. So if you could indulge me here a little bit, that's what this video is going to be all about. I will caution you, some of this video I'm going to be using the drone to play with the dog. And so some of it's going to be kind of some wild and woolly drone flying, and it might make you a little nauseous. But for my son, I wanted him to pay attention to the topography. Pretty flat ground, very few homes around me. In fact, the homes that are around me for the most part are weekenders or people who just come to visit from time to time and not people that live here. I've got 80 acres of big woods. I'm backed up onto 320 acres of university land. The two neighbors to the north of me, 40 acres each. Same to the south of me, there's two neighbors that have 40 acres each. And there's folks across the road from me that each have 40 acres. So for the most part, pretty good sized plots, lots of ground, very few houses. The only year-time resident that we have right near me is one of the neighbors to the south of me lives there all the time. The rest of it's just all weekenders. And then of course that university land back there to the east, that also connects then up against the mountains, and there's just miles and miles and miles of trails and access points. For those of you that haven't heard me talk about this before, if I were to go behind my cabin, it's 180 miles to the next road. That's right. If I go a beeline due east of me, it's 180 miles till I cross the first road. And if I go west of me, I've got to go just 3 miles down Montana Creek Road, cross over the Parks Highway, which is the main highway, runs north and south in Alaska. And then from there, it's 1,000 miles to the coast towards Russia without a single road. So I live in a pretty remote area, and yet I've got a pretty good sized road that runs north and south pretty close by. And we do have services, like there's a IGA grocery store and a hardware store, credit union, Subway, fast food place, and a combination gas station and a liquor store. That's all just about 5 miles from my cabin. So it's nice to have those kinds of services close by in the little town of Sunshine, but that's all there is in the little town of Sunshine. And if I want to go to someplace like Walmart or Super Walmart, I have to drive down to Wasilla, and that's about 40 miles or so, 40, 50 miles south of me, down towards Anchorage, which is 100 miles south of me. Anyhow, this footage is just showing my kids a little bit of the topography. Okay, so now we're going to start playing with the dog. This is my drone taken up off of the deck from the platform I'm building. You can see from the smoke here that my neighbor across the road is in visiting for the weekend. He's got his wood stove fired up. He's been working on his cabin. He had some pretty bad flood damage a few years ago, and so he's been kind of working on it. And there we were looking straight into the setting sun out to the west. Getting a little sun glare in the lens, but there's a little pond over there past his place. Now we're looking up towards Denali a little bit, heading a little bit further north. You can see the other neighbor's cabin back over there in the woods. They're only down 2 or 3 weekends a year. They're not much of a problem. They do like to shoot their guns when they're down. There's Shirley's cabin. You just seen it briefly there on the right. That's my neighbor that's closest one to the north of me. And then besides Shirley, you've got to go all the way down to the end of the corner down there to find the next people that live here year-round. But there's Denali the Great One. That's about 70 miles or so from me. Look at Lily here at this. Doesn't she look like a lizard? Looking at a dog from up above makes her look like a lizard on the ground. And here we are playing with the dog. Okay, if you're going to get motion sick, folks, this is where you're going to get motion sick, because I have fun spinning the drone around and chasing the dog and making her try to jump after it. In fact, at one point here, she does actually hit the drone, and the blades get her pretty good. They're plastics, they didn't hurt her any. but knocked her on her butt, and she did, yeah, right there, she actually got the drone, and it kind of got her. It got her worse than she got it. She found out the drone bites back, so she kind of left it alone. So here we're going to take a little increase in elevation, go up over the tops of the trees, and spin as we drop down to the other side, just like a fighter jet. Eee! Just a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun. I find playing with the dog is great practice for me on learning to improve my piloting skills on the drone, trying to turn and keep her in focus, and I don't have her in focus very well right now. I'm just sort of getting her interested in it and having her trying to chase it. I fly up and I spin around and I come back the other direction, but she chases the drone and then the drone chases her, sort of a game we play. Anyhow, it's real good exercise for her, and it's fun for me to play with the drone. Now we'll pick up a little bit more elevation again, go back up over the trees, and drop back down. So like I said, if you get motion sick, this may not be something you'll want to watch. That sudden stop there, I kind of hit a bit of a root up over the deck, up over the car, back down low to get her into it. Just a lot of fun. So anyhow, I hope you kind of enjoy this little video of me playing with the dog and showing the trees and stuff. And to my sons and grandsons, just realize I put this video together for you guys, kind of see a little bit of the ground and what's going on there. I am up with all my feed barrels, some firewood I got to cut up, some firewood I did cut up. Coming here at another angle, and anyhow, I just want you to know that I try to keep an eye on you guys, so please like and subscribe. Thanks.